G'day guys, I'm A4 Jim. G'day guys and welcome back to my Lego city. I've had a spur of energy to get things done and get things finished as there's bigger projects that I want to move on to. Firstly, at my 8 wide mock we have the bottom level that was built a long time ago in red brick. And then as we move up we have some blue, and so it only made sense to have some green at the top. And I also wanted to incorporate more of this colour into my city. I think the brickwork, the masonry works well when combining these two buildings next to it, but overall it's a bit of a bland box which I think I can improve in the future. The idea for this building was that it was a greenhouse. I haven't put any plants in there yet, but I wanted some big windows and a big skylight so people could see in. Above it we have this kind of facade that I filled out into a warehousey type building. Nothing too amazing, I'm not too proud of it, but I just needed to finish some projects, so I just wanted to put that there. We can change it later, but for now it's good. The tower is now complete, including the extra level above the corridor or walkway here, which I really like now. I think this looks great. Starting off with this corner alleyway mock that I've done, you would have seen the bottom before, but now we've added this top level here. And I really like the dark green because I haven't used it anywhere else in my city. When I'm looking for new designs, I have a look at what pieces I have in abundance. And these cone pieces in kind of a metallic silver I had heaps of, and I think they make a really interesting pattern for the balcony. This side maybe not so much. It does have an interesting pattern and indentations on these, and I do like the use of this round piece, but I don't think it's as interesting as this side. On this side we have the masonry bricks, which great detail there. I also like what I've done underneath the overhang, which is this slight slant up, which I think gives it a interesting profile again. This side kind of mirrors it. It has the slight overhang here, a bit of an awning, and then the brown of the railing here matches up to the door and window. Obviously this is quite a bizarre build as it is mainly facades, but that's how I save on Lego. I don't really build out my buildings. They need to look good from one specific angle, and you'll see once this is in the city, it does look good from that angle. Here we have the 4 floors of the skyscraper, and I'm really proud of how each of them turned out. I think it started when I had this kind of deep pinky purpley lilac colour, and I didn't know where to use it. It was too bright for my city really, so I thought, well, maybe I'll put it as a backing wall for this building, because I had heaps of pieces, and suddenly this real pop of colour came to the building. But it was also obscured. It wasn't super bright, but in the building you can just see it, and it just brings this extra pop, and I really like that. And so I thought, well, okay, I've got some green pieces, let's try and make a green level. And then this level, well, a little bit of red in there, and then this level was a bit of blue. But now I think I'll talk about them each individually. So this is something I have wanted to build for quite a while. I had a list of things I wanted in my city, and I thought, you know what it needs? An Alpha Team headquarters. Now this is the only level in the skyscraper where these glass panes are actually light trans blue instead of clear. And I think it works because there was a lot of trans coloured pieces in the Alpha Team line, and they had a lot of blue in a lot of their builds as well. On the bottom level you can see one of my favourite characters there, TV, and actually on the wall behind is the TV build from the Mission Deep Sea, which was the second wave. Also, we have one of the characters who I forget their name is working at a control panel on the wall here. On the second level, we have a boardroom, and I'm not sure of the female's name, but she has that iconic red hairpiece with a bottle of water and a croissant. And you can see the AT for Alpha Team behind them. The back wall of this build is actually accented by trans dark blue, and once again, I think that really fits in with the Alpha Team theme and potentially will change the lighting effect and make it not as dark as if it was just black. Okay, the next level is this pink level. I had some pieces that I wanted to use, as I said before, that pink color at the back. I'm not sure its exact color. It's more of a, I don't know, like a cerise, vibranty color. I wanted to use that, and I had these love hearts that I really wanted in my city somewhere, but it's hard to figure out where. So I thought maybe in this room. On this side we have, I know it looks like there's a little building within the building, but I think it's a bit of a walk-in wardrobe in my mind. And then there's a bookshelf with a pineapple, which I think is my favorite thing in the build, to be honest. A little bookshelf with some bottles, some drink bottles, and a mug and a candle, as well as a bed there. And the floor is tiled as well in light blue. I really like this room, this bedroom. I like this window up here, even though it doesn't make much sense and the room is super tall. I just like the colors, and I think it's a great addition. And once you see it in the actual skyscraper in my city, it just brings a fun and happiness and light to this area, which I'm really excited for. Okay, so for the next level, I always wanted a rock climbing wall in my city, and I've had different versions of them outside, but I thought, hey, it'd be cool to have it inside because this is such a vertical space. It's quite tall. So that's exactly what we can see in here. I know it's a little bit difficult, but there is a rock climbing wall in there with someone who's tethered to the top, climbing up the different colored pegs, or I'm not sure what they're called, and there's a crash mat down the bottom, which is blue. Over on the other side, we have a wrestling ring, which I love this guy. I think he's great standing up there on the ring, up on the ropes, about to jump down, maybe needs an opponent. And this is a cool level, and I think it's interesting, and it has, that verticality and something quite unique that people can look at. Okay, this is the final level, and it's probably the one that I'm not the most excited about. I do like this piece of art that I have on the side. It's got maybe a kitchen or maybe a chemist lab or some kind of something down there that's, a bit of a clean space. It's got some stairs going up to a second level. It's got this guy up there. There's not much on the second level, but green is kind of the motif that I chose for this. And while I do like the colors, it's just a bit bland for me, and maybe I'll change it in the future, but right now, I like to think of it as kind of an upper class penthouse apartment with this old guy looking out at the city. And then to finish off the tower, there's just this little roof segment. There's nothing really to it, just some telecoms or communication antennas at the top and some little parapets or little details here. Well, here's the whole tower. It's hard to get in one video because it's so tall. But I just think that the colors look great, and it is the epitome of a Lego city. You have little scenes, different colors. It just feels like there's life inside this building, and I really like it. I know some people find my wallpaper very distracting. I seek to remedy that in the future, so I hope you bear with me as you see this weird wallpaper in the background of a lot of my shots. As I told you last time, I wasn't happy with how the train station looked, so I pretty much tore it down and started again. The arches on the inside are reminiscent of the previous design, but I built out this side and I built this forward, and basically it's going to be a lot bigger. I took inspiration from a mock that I found online, and I really like this kind of glass canopy that I have done a small design here for before I get more parts to be able to finish it correctly. I just think it gives a idea of a bigger terminus, a bigger station with this kind of big open space and glass roof. This isn't studded in, these plates on top. I'm not sure what I'm going to do on the second level of this building, but I brought it forward quite a bit, so I got a lot of room behind to play with, which is exciting, but I need to get it finished. Well, thank you for watching this one. I know that I don't have the most amount of changes, but there's some exciting stuff happening soon, so keep watching for that. Thanks, bye.